How's it going, everyone? DragonFan96, and today I'm going to bring you some more Salt that nobody asked for. And before we get into the video, I do have a special announcement that I would like to make. That special announcement is that I will be starting something new. I will be explaining it here at the end of the video, so please tune in, sit back, relax, and at the end of the video, I'll be sharing that special announcement. But until then, if you want to hear more about it or see more of my videos, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to. If you want, you don't have to, but it'd be appreciated if you did. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's get right into it to our first opponent, shall we? Alrighty, so here is our first opponent. We have Unbanned Vibes. So this one is a kind of Salt in itself. So this was, I believe, an R3 Speed Bonanza, if I remember correctly. This was during one of the streams that Cframz did. You can find his Twitch in the description of the video. Apparently, from what happened is we had a member, because I actually moderate Cframz's stream, we had a member that subscribed advertise, and since most streams don't allow like self-promotion or self-advertising thing, they unfortunately got punished, and this was their retribution, was to just name themselves this, because, you know, that will definitely get the message across. Anyways, this was, I believe, the match just before they got banned. It was either just before they got banned or just as they got banned. Anyways, they were participating in a few streams, but honestly, I don't know what it is, but I feel like they play really cocky or arrogant, but still make mistakes. Anyways, this is just a normal R3 Speed Bonanza, so sit back and relax. I don't know how you guys have been doing. It's been quite a decent weather that I've been having. It's usually been hovering around like anywhere between 65 to 70 degrees. Right here, I do force first Spike Storm by sending leads, but the thing is that they were trying to micro between Boat and Ninja, and I'm not sure why. They could have just done what I did, which was get up a Monkey Beacon, and that would have solved everything. So I'm not sure why they had to panic like that. Anyways, yeah, right here they tried to send a rush. But, I mean, I really didn't think I needed to Spike Storm that. But, yeah. I nearly got down to 2 HP from that. You may not see it because of the record lag, but that was like the most clutch thing ever. The clutchest of clutch things ever. And because of that, they did get a massive amount of eco, but the fact that I was able to out-eco them, it doesn't make up for it. Right here, I tried to see if I can't make them struggle with Ninja, because they only had that one flash bomb, but I didn't realize that they had the village upgrade, so me sending that was kind of a waste. Although I did do a somewhat decent layering here, which did make them panic a little bit, and they used their final Spike Storm. That made them panic for a little bit, and from here, it's just me ecoing versus them ecoing, and since I was at 2 HP, I was like, okay, I need to set up, like, defense pronto. Right here, they micro ninjas in the shape of an L, because why not? I mean, you go on and spend your money, I guess. I really couldn't care less. I don't know why people think that's an okay thing to do. Anyways, here I get a pirate boat just in case he sends a BFB or a oh my god. I can stall it and then try to boat pull for less problems. But yeah, so from here I just eco. Anyways, going back, it's been roughly about 65 to 70 degrees closer to 80, and for those that don't use Fahrenheit, I believe that's around 20 degrees Celsius. Might have to correct me on that. I would probably make a post on what the correct degree is. But yeah, it's been pretty warm for spring. Right here, I believe, is where they struggle. I think. Nope, I guess not. Anyways, so yeah, it's been a pretty eventful spring. Here they get a kind of a useless monkey beacon because all those ninjas are already in that radius, but okay. Yeah, so here I just get more stall and more ninjas. And then I set up a second one near the high energy beacon to get even more call to arms, because call to arms ninja is actually really powerful. And then at this point, what I'm doing is I'm trying to anti-stall versus them, just setting up more defense, so that way the rounds would go by even faster. But, yeah, weather's been pretty eventful. At the time of this recording, it's supposed to be raining and storming, so if you hear thunder, please do disregard that. In other news, I, have some new things that I've been working out and kinking out. I've been getting back into new stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to broaden out more content besides Bloons Tower Defense battles. Because I don't know about you, but I would imagine it's starting to get a little bit stale. So here I send a space to Oh My God, and another space to Oh My God, and another space to Oh My God, and a final space to Oh My God, and I just basically keep spacing Oh My Gods, and the reason why is so that way whatever is set to priority first, it basically, what it does is, I'll slow this down. What it does is it, prioritize. I try to abuse whenever people put priority first, and that's usually the case because that's usually what you want to do. But what I do is I try to exploit that, so I have them spaced, and then I'll send Moabs over top because Moabs will go faster than the Oh My Gods, and that will get popped first over the Oh My God, so it acts as like a shield, and it layers it. Well, what makes it worse for my opponent is that it also just happens to be the round that has a lot of regens. And as you can see in the replay, it's causing a lot of lag because of distraction. It acts like a storm wizard, so they all get blown back. And, yeah. They try to send Oh My Gods, but it's like so far late into sending Oh My Gods, and they just drop. What I would have probably done is the moment that they seen that first Oh My God, they should have sent an Oh My God 2 and try to see if that could work. Like send an immediate counter rush just to see if that would work. But at that point, it could be either game. It would have been a close game either way. So with that, GG's to Unbanned Vibes, and with that, I'll be moving on to our next opponent. Alright, so here is our next opponent. We have Shinra Tensei 777. This was a Ceramic Crucible Speed with Fire match. This was, I believe, last week, I think. Right here they immediately BM me because I'm going the only meta that you could ever go in Speed with Fire, which is Ninja Boomer Ice, and you have your random fourth. And as you'll see in the bottom, yes, they do have Cobra, and yes, they also use their fourth, which is always fun. So here, I just do what you normally would do with this meta, is you would use Rubber to Gold, and then use Lightning Bolt. Unfortunately, my opponent decided to use, well, here, they wasted their boost trying to boost my eco, which... kind of unsure why. Here, they did knockout when I did Rubber to Gold, which honestly was a waste, because if they knew that I had Lightning, then why would you knock out? Anyways, because I knew that they had knockout, I took that into consideration, and then from here, they just wizard spam, which I guess is fine. I mean, you can do some pop power, but like, if that wasn't pink eco, you would have probably struggled with just 3 Dragon Flames. Anyways, here I get up a Glaive Lord, but I don't sell my ricochets. Usually I sell my ricochets to get an Arctic Winds, but I didn't. The reason why is because since I knew that they had knockout, I wanted to be able to set up to be able to, one, get my own Arctic Wind, so that way if they do stall, or do knock out my Glaive Lord, I'll be able to set up a second one. So here, what I do is, since I knew that they were going to start adjusting, I just went immediately for the 4th tier upgrade Ice, which detects camo as of a recent update, which is kind of broken, actually. So here they try to send regen leads and knock out the Ice, which really didn't work out for them, because they should have knocked out the Glaive Lord, but I'm gonna just chalk that up as a misclick, perhaps. And then here they send BFBs, and here's the thing, they set up Misdirect Cobra, which means, yeah, they sent basically 6 BFBs, thinking that that would work. It made me struggle a little bit, keyword a little bit, but not by much. And yeah, I just kind of, you know, it's like, hey, look, your misdirect bullshit doesn't work. And yeah, after they realize that I can just ice stall, and in this corner here, you wouldn't notice it in game, but I basically set up hidden stalls just in case. And from here, yeah, they struggle. And I think that's GG's right there, because, yeah, they struggled, and they probably shouldn't have gotten that Storm Wizard, because I sent regens to cause a regen farm, and yeah. This is why you don't use Cobras in Speed with Fire, because it doesn't work. It usually will not work when you see it coming. If you don't see it coming, then yeah, you literally just got yourself played. But when you see it coming, and you usually will when you have Cobra players, it's not exactly ideal. Anyways, with that out of the way, let's move on to our next opponent. Alrighty, so I couldn't get enough speed with Fire, so I decided to go for a second speed with Fire. This was a consecutive match right after that Cobra player and speed with Fire, and I literally just had the same thing. The only thing that changed was my random 4th going from Bomb to NG, and I didn't even need my Bomb Tower in that last match, as you saw. So yeah, so here I kind of struggle a little bit trying to set up Ricochet, which was kind of a misplay on my part, but that's okay. Some life loss won't matter too much. Once again, my opponent kind of surprises me with these power loadouts. Instead of Rubber Gold, it's Eco Amp. And whenever I see Eco Amp, I think, okay, they're going to try, you know, trying to get offensive push as quickly as possible, but unfortunately, that doesn't help out. And it also doesn't help out that they're going Dartling. Sure, on a really good map for Dartling, actually. It's just that because of it being speed, Dartling makes it really hard to actually have good pop power early game, because you have to put your focus on that Dartling. You might even have to get multiple Dartlings just to actually get decent pop power if you really want to eco. So that's what made my opponent struggle here, and I'm going to fast forward this, that way the round doesn't take nearly as long. The round actually, the match was about the same time, 5 minutes, which is usually reasonable, because usually the opponent will mess up in some way anyways, because the meta for this gimmick that was used by Cframs, and I imagine Cframs probably learned it through someone else, but the meta itself with this is that it really does go pretty late game because of the Ninja Ice, and it does work out really well in Speed with Fire. Now here, because I didn't know that they had knockout, I just sold one Ricochet for the Arctic Wind and kept the other 2 just on the off chance that they did have knockout. Because this one, I didn't know that they had knockout. The last one, I actually did predict knockout, because they used it, they wasted it early. the thing with knockout is that you want to use it when your opponent least expects it. When you just use it willy-nilly or just out of spite because someone used an eco power like rubber to gold, it doesn't usually work out. Because if they have ricochet and you know that they have rubber to gold, chances are they also have attract power whenever they have rubber to gold. That's usually the indicator. If they don't have attract power, then they're probably playing some weird set. So here, they just struggle to my eco with pinks, and little by little, the eco that I send versus the AI, it just kind of starts to overwhelm them. Here they try to set up a heli to try and minimize what I eco, but look at my eco. Now look at their eco. Yeah. They have not been ecoing for a while. And that's gonna majorly hurt them in the long run. Now, they call themselves a speed god, but I don't know about you, but I'd have to say that they're probably a demigod. Here they try to send Moabs, which I'm not sure why. They clearly saw me have ice, and they clearly saw me start to place down ninjas, so I'm not sure why they sent Moabs. I really don't. I don't know. Maybe you guys can figure it out on why they tried to send Moabs on someone versus a quad stall, thinking that that would work at, you know, round 25. But anyways, with that out of the way, we'll move on to our next opponent, and this one is going to be a special one. Alrighty, so this opponent, Panda plus 100%. This opponent, I will finally be able to share with you. It will be one of the reasons why I've deleted this video for so long, as I will mention throughout the next match. But this opponent is actually very special, and the reason why is because they decided to DC glitch on me. Like any true salty nerd out there, they decided to DC glitch. So I started off, this was the Easter arena, by the way. This was Chocolate Box, which I believe is equivalent to White Wastelands. I think someone could probably correct me and say that it was the equivalent to White Wastelands. It could be Yellow Stadium instead. No, it was Yellow Stadium. Okay, it was Yellow Stadium. Never mind. I was wrong. It was Yellow Stadium. So this was just Chocolate Box because it was just one of those quick matches that I thought would be quick while in between match tourneys on Cfram's stream. Because while Cfram streams and whenever I'm not participating, I just do a quick arena match because I know that they're going to be quick. As you've been seeing through these arenas, all these matches so far were in between matches that I've had and just had weird interactions or just downright salty players. So here I just tried to force lightning on that wizard, and then they're not getting lightning, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just occasionally send pinks until they start sending lightning, and they finally get lightning. And yeah, because of that, they weren't able to get their plantation while I have plantation, and I'm going to get ready to start my second farm. Meanwhile, they haven't forced a single thing on me, and I still have that 0-0 boat. Unfortunately, the round is going to punish me, and it's going to make me start getting grape shot here quite shortly, because now I have space greens, which will force grape shot. So my opponent has not forced anything yet. Only the AI has. So here I send space black balloons, because that's generally what you want to do against one wizard. And here they try to go for a second farm, but it's like a 0-0 farm, so it's very counterproductive in terms of farming, especially for the fact that I have 2 plantations round 6. Usually you get 2 plantations by round 7, at the end of round 7. That's how much that they let me greed. And I have the audacity to go for a 3rd farm, round 7, with a 0-1 Buccaneer. And that was this was where there was like copy eco, and it's like, oh no, not copy eco. Whatever shall I do? Because here's the thing, copy eco is such a joke power. It's more of a joke than eco choke An eco choke is a joke. And that's all, folks. Eco, copy eco. It just copies whatever eco is, and the only reason I really ever use copy eco is two reasons. One, to do play with fire, because that's usually my meta for play with fire. Is I'll usually go a farming strat and have copy eco, because usually people will Bloon eco on play with fire. The other time is if I want to go like a meme strat, and I want to copy eco someone, and just to see what their eco is. That's usually it. It's like I treat it more like an eco spy. Here, look, round 11, and I get a BIA. They haven't forced leads, they haven't forced anything on my boat. Nothing. Nothing. And I'm just now getting camo detection. I would be so vulnerable to a rush. So vulnerable. Here, I kind of fuck up, and I get a Storm Wizard. And so it kind of forces a boost. And then I get Destroyer over... I get Cannon Ship over Destroyer. And so that was my second fuck up. And then I got a Spectre, because I was going to try doing Spike Storm. But I didn't have enough. So... yeah, I kind of fucked up. But at least they made me sell my BIA. Here is where they make their first mistake. So I have this rush. They boost. I say see ya. And this is where they start to DC. They try to DC while losing lives. And by doing this, they try to manipulate the system to win. Like, you can clearly see the rounds are going, as you can see that their eco's going, and then you can see that their HP drops. Because they were trying to DC glitch. It's hard to really show it in the replay versus the actual, like, live version, but they truly were DC glitching. And this was in a Yellow Stadium equivalent arena. You would think, and I'm gonna try to justify myself on this, okay? You would think that you would normally see this kind of shit and say Moa Pit, BFB, because that's where all the grinders go, and that's a grinder tactic. No, it's not. Anyone will do it because they just want to get that win. They just want to flex. They just do it because they feel like it. That's not a grinder tactic. I can disprove that right now. It can happen anywhere on any arena. It can happen even on off arenas in assault mode. Assault mode's actually probably the worst of the game modes because it's not arena. You could probably find more chances of finding someone with, like, say, infinite hacks, infinite money hacks than anything else. But the second reason is, oh, why are you playing a Yellow Stadium arena? Well, here's the thing. Unlike everybody else that always expects people to grind medallions and get shiny badges, I don't play Bloons Tower Defense Battles for that grind. I don't really have the time to grind. So instead, I just Ceramic Crucible because my opponent rage quitted. It's no different. There's going to be salt no matter which arena I do, no matter which way I see it. It's going to happen. And unfortunately, that's what this game has come to. Now, I hope that they change and fix this when they announce Bloons Tower Defense Battles 2 and try to fix their mistakes about DC glitching and try to fix core mechanics that people have been exploiting. So far from what I've heard is that Cobras aren't going to be a thing. That's probably a huge blessing. If Cobras are going to be in there, I really hope that they nerf the shit out of them because they are everywhere. There's DC glitchings everywhere. And I've been having a lot of DC glitchers. Case in point, the next match. Alright, so here is my next opponent. We have Harmony. They were going mostly T0. This was, once again, Yellow Stadium. I mean, again, it is what it is. So, it's just a normal match. Okay, it was just an in-between match. Actually, no, this wasn't an in-between match. It was just me kind of, like, fucking around on battles. Here, I don't know what they were trying to do, but I guess they just got mad that I guess they got mad that they tower boosted early or something, or just tower boosted in general. I don't know. They started off trying to be really nice, but like, I don't know. I really don't. So here, they send like a couple of space pings versus where I send pings. Here, they really try to minimize life loss as much as possible, but like, they just waste their tax. So I just sell one of the boats and I get plantation, and we're just about tied on farms, and then they boost black balloons, which, I mean, yeah, sure, that forces defense, but like, at what cost? Because you didn't really impact my farming at all. Now, here's where things start to get interesting. So I start to send region whites, because that usually will force a lot of things. And here, they try to get mortar. Now, mortar really isn't that good for this map, but the fact that they sold their mortar for a destroyer is probably the most negative IQ I've ever seen. Now, you can go ahead and judge me and say, oh, because it's Yellow Stadium, they're gonna make bad plays. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter what arena it is. You're gonna have really, really good players and really, really bad players, and then people in the middle. There is no skill level with whatever arena you choose. So here I get camo leads, and I try to force mortar micro, and then on top of that, I just try to do a secondary layer rush to force a boost, and I did. I forced a boost and made them waste it. And here they start to DC. They DC the first time, and this is the part where I'm going to start explaining. Right here, I actually get upset because they tried to DC glitch on me. I didn't send them anything. I didn't do anything. They just DC. It's just so that way, if I do show this in stream or on a recording like I am now, it's just to say, oh no, that's not what happened. Basically, they get up another farm, and they get, like, I think a couple more destroyers. And, what happens is they start to send regen lads. I send camo regen led rush, because their mortar defense is actually abysmal. And here they start to boost and get more regen ledge, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. They get overwhelmed, and they drop. Or at least try to. Yeah. Here's the second time that they disconnect, by the way. And here they start to try rushing. Now, replay will not show what is actually going on because they disconnected, because they just want to be an asshole. But just take my word for it, I do defend that rush. I send a, I've put down a few destroyers, and I have a boat here in this bottom left corner, just in case if they send a Moab. It is, even though it says round 14, it's near round 18-ish, and I'm waiting to see on whether or not they'll send a Moab. So what happens from here is they continue to farm, they continue to eco. We're tied in farms, basically. We both have about 3 farms. And what happens from here is the rounds continue as normal. Here's the point where I set up a pirate ship, and I basically just yeet the Moab that they do, and then they forfeit. They surrender. They just flat out surrender because they knew that they'd lose. And unfortunately, like I said, it doesn't matter what arena that happens. I'm still gonna get salty people. You gotta take it with a grain of salt, quite literally. But that's not it. I still had another. I'm not even kidding. They just come out of the woodworks sometimes. Another salty nerd that tried to play nice, but don't actually go play nice. And that's going to be our final match of the day. Here, actually no. Yeah, that will be the final match. Here it is. Alright, so here it is. Buh Clan. Luckily, I don't think they disconnected on me. At least I don't think so. This opponent, they demanded late game. keep in mind that they demanded late game. So immediately they start to Bloon Eco and use Salted Wounds, which, I mean, cool. They got free Eco. I honestly didn't care that they had Salted Wounds. Like, I literally could care less that they had Salted Wounds. Because Salted Wounds versus dual Eco Boost farming, it's not going to make much of a difference to me. So, from here, I force defense by sending some Space Pinks. And they start to use their Dart Monkey, which is fine. And from here, it just continues. I send some Space Black Balloons, force more defense, get up my second farm. Here, just like my last opponent, they try to Balloon Boost Black Balloons, but unfortunately, I didn't lose any lives. And unfortunately, because I didn't lose any lives, they get salty. They try to flex, they try to shark it off, but unfortunately, that's just not how that works. So from here, they basically just wizard spam at this point. They trade their Dart Monkeys for, yeah, wizard spam. They shape it in the shape of an L, which, I mean, again, just like my first opponent that I showed, again, why? I think that was kind of intentional, though, but if you also notice, I did a round 9 tech, hidden tech, where you sell your farmer before you do a farm boost, and you can get a massive amount of banana and do some really cool stuff. So right here, I just basically eco to 400. I just spaced eco and conserve eco until till 400 eco, and then, you know, I get 475 eco from dual eco boost anyways. And because they were so generous in allowing me to do this, it's a little bit late than usual, but I still get up my BIA, which was nice. So I'll start to passively get income. And they immediately start sending a Moab because I got my BIA. At best, they made me sold the farm that I just placed down. And damage boost. Like, you would think that that would have killed me, but it didn't. Their damage boost really did help out. And then they send a ceramic and it's like, bruh. So, yeah. And here I was anticipating a BFB, so yeah, I got the destroyer, sell a farm, get the boat, and boat micro. And they get butt hurt. They get butt hurt that I microed. And because they got butt hurt that I microed, yeah. They basically all out it. They tried to all out and lost. Yeah. Not very fun. But anyways, that will do it for now. I'll see you towards the end card, outro. Alrighty, so that will do it for now on Bloons Tower Defense Battles. I hope you all enjoyed, and here is my special announcement, since you've waited for so long. I have set up and am going to start streaming on Twitch. That's right, I'm going to be trying to out-Twitch. You can find the link in the description. That will be twitch.tv/thedragonfan96. You can find me there. I will be streaming Minecraft as a first test stream. I have it set up to where I'll be able to have viewers join while I play Minecraft. And if you wish to ask, the Minecraft will be 1.16.4. It will be on Java Edition, and it will be pure vanilla. There won't be any special plugins. There won't be any special data packs. It's pure vanilla. I will be making a secondary video closer to when I'll start streaming about the more finer details about this, as I will be setting some ground rules before I start streaming. There will be a few that will be common sense. There will be a few that won't be so common sense, but most of it really is common sense anyways. But yes, please do follow me on Twitch and be sticking around for announcements. In between this video that will be posted on YouTube to when I announce when I'll be streaming on Twitch, there will be a belated April Fool's kind of thing, or a belated video that I've been wanting to try doing. It'll be something rather unique, to say the least. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and until then, I'll see you guys later. Take care.